Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy Big B Jack, ProFam NT, the HNIC, the PFGB. And we right back. Before we get into it, man, please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Follow me, it's your boy BEE, ProFam NT. And we're going to get right into it, man. This is the documentary, the behind the scenes of Hustle Ghetto King 2. 13 months after the first Hustle Ghetto King, I'm giving y'all the sequel via my website. If you been following me, if you follow me already on Facebook, Instagram, and just in general, then you probably already heard this album via the website. So go check it out on the website exclusively until the 31st. Yeah, man, let's get into it. Hustle Ghetto King 2, From the King with Love. So the first one dropped the day after Thanksgiving, 2020. And so here we are 13 months after the first one. And what I wanted to do was find one of my fan favorite albums and make a sequel to it. And so it's odd enough that, you know, mad people have been telling me that Hustle Ghetto King was their favorite album or project by me. And I said, damn, you know, and a lot of people were saying it around the same time. And you know, one thing about music is, once it's out, then it becomes a life of its own. It grows a life of its own, and sometimes it takes a while for people to catch on. Just like, you know, respectfully, when we look through history, light up, roll your blunts, get your cup, sip your beer, whatever you got. I'm sipping beer today. Trying not to show the logo, but y'all pretty much know what it is. When it comes to certain artists, and you look back through history, and you look through their history, what you'll find is a lot of artists didn't get bigger until later in their careers. And so what it does is it forces the fans to go back and listen to the earlier work. Like me, you know, personally, I've been a big fan of New York music my whole life. So when I was a kid, you know, and you know, the East Coast, West Coast thing was going on right before Jay-Z's album dropped, his debut album, Reasonable Doubt, dropped. Point blank period, what I'm saying is, Reasonable Doubt didn't even reach platinum status, excuse me, until Volume 1 or 2 came out, which was years later. And now people say that Reasonable Doubt is one of his greatest albums, but it wasn't received as that when it first came out. So with Hustle Ghetto King, it wasn't received. Well, it was received greatly, you know what I'm saying, when it first came out. But my fan base wasn't as what it is now. My fan base is growing to the tune of, let's say, 30 to 50 monthly listeners on Spotify a day. My website is doing hundreds of streams and listens a day. So I know, you know, the fans are listening on multiple platforms and shit. So anyway, I wanted to give y'all a sequel that was basically loosely based on the original. I didn't want to just hit y'all with a string of basically remixes from the first project, you know, from Hustle Ghetto King. So that's why you only have literally one part 2 song on here, and that is Never Gonna Stop Part 2, because respectfully, the first Never Gonna Stop was on the original. Go check the video. That's how it died. Subscribe to B Jack TV. Follow me on Spotify, all that. Anyway, so the first song on Hustle Ghetto King was actually one of the last songs that I actually wrote and produced and put together. And I honestly thought that King Mentality was gonna be the intro. But when y'all listen to this album, y'all see that King Mentality is number 3, right behind Attitude. But anyway, so King Mentality, Still the King, it was one of them joints where, you know, y'all seen me before. I grabbed the beat, I heard the beat, and it's a new producer. Shout out to DJ Fanatic Beats. And salute to Miss Sassy for once again having her A&R ear on and found that beat for me, you know. And I went to work, man. As soon as I heard it, the lyrics just came to me, and I already knew what I was gonna say on the verses, but let me just, speak on that song specifically. So the hook, I knew I wanted a triumphant intro, and so I heard that beat, and it reminded me of like the Rockefeller songs with Just Blaze and Kanye with the high horns and shit, and so and even Diplomat era, with the Heatmaker specifically, I'll say. When I heard that beat, I went to work and I freestyled that hook. So, I freestyled it and then I wrote it down because I did write the verses. But you'll see on this, in this episode, in this documentary that, I took my time with this joint, with a lot of these joints. And from anger management to now, I really been, working on multiple projects, obviously. Before I even announced Hustle Ghetto King 2, I said I was going to drop, B-Jack from G-Rap, the mixtape, which obviously I wasn't able, I didn't do it because of the way that I am producing that project. I had to put it on pause because my producer, CJ Beats, moved out, away from me, and he also is going through, life, changes. I'll just say that. And much love to CJ Beats, respect to him and everything. Think I owe him a couple dollars, holla at me, I'll cash at you. But anyway, the point is that I'm working on so many things at one time, and so many projects at one time, that with this one, I wanted to slow down and say, you know what, I'm gonna take my time. I actually recorded over 40 to 50 joints before narrowing this one down to just 12, and that's not including the joints that I was doing for, or that I'm working on for the Profam ENT compilation. That's still in the works. Salute to everybody. Salute to Young Rebel PFG. Salute to my little sis Mercy J. Salute to CC Boss Chick. Everybody. Everything's still in the works. So I hope y'all don't get it confused and get it misunderstood. But you can respectfully have a gripe against people and still continue to do business if everybody, comes back to the table and realize, what, somebody made a mistake, but we're going to fix that. We're going to iron it out and keep it going. So, moving along. Anyway, you don't see a lot of clips. You ain't going to see a lot of me recording this song because this was the last song that I actually wrote and recorded for the project. And I felt it, and I recorded it just as I was feeling it, And so I go into the whole story of, it honestly is crazy because the hook is expanding on me saying, I'm the king of this West Michigan music shit lyrically, for one part, but then also my contributions with other artists and to and for other artists. So I wanted that to be clear, lyrically. I wanted y'all to be able to hear this because a lot of people ain't gonna find my YouTube channel, years later. But if they listen to my music, everything that I've been going through, you'll be able to hear it in real time with my music. So also, in the verses, I speak on the car accident that I had back in, April. It was back in April before Nightcrawler came out, actually, and I never, spoke on it because so much other things was happening. So I wanted to go all the way back to then when you hear me speak about the car accident, and that's real. This shit really happened. Flipped the Yukon, and it is what it is. Much love to my homegirl. She know who she is. I'm not gonna say her name, but we're gonna keep it going. And so, Still the King, man, I hope y'all enjoy that because, once again, it was one of the last songs that I did, but beyond that, I wanted to speak about a lot of shit, and really just bring y'all into what Hustle Ghetto King 2 was gonna be about, and expand on it. But just to give y'all that triumphant Hustle Ghetto King intro, without it technically being an intro. Yeah, man, enjoy it.
In the booth working on hashtag HGK2.
Yeah. Still hustling, still ghetto, and bitch, yeah, I'm still the king. I'm still hustling, I'm still ghetto, when yeah, bitch, I'm still the king. I'm still hustling, I'm still ghetto, when yeah, bitch, I'm still the king. Tell them haters get their paper, cause they ain't gon' stop a G. Tell them haters get their paper, cause they ain't gon' stop the king. I'm still hustling, I'm still ghetto, when yeah, bitch, I'm still the king. I'm still hustling, I'm still ghetto, when yeah, bitch, I'm still the king. Tell them haters get their paper, cause they ain't gon' stop a G. Tell them haters get their paper, cause they ain't gon' stop the king, yeah. Woo! Yeah, still hustling, still ghetto. And bitch, yeah, I'm still the king. I'm still hustling, I'm still ghetto. When yeah, bitch, I'm still the king. I'm still hustling, I'm still ghetto. When yeah, bitch, I'm still the king. Tell them haters get their paper, cause they ain't gon' stop a G. Tell them haters get their paper, cause they ain't gon' stop the king. I'm still hustling, I'm still ghetto. When yeah, bitch, I'm still the king. I'm still hustling, I'm still ghetto. When yeah, bitch, I'm still the king. Tell them haters get their paper, cause they ain't gon' stop a G. Tell them haters get their paper, cause they ain't gon' stop the king. Yeah. Yeah. Studio Flow, HGK2 shit. When I'm working on a project and I finally understand, well, I'll put it to you like this. All my you ain't gonna never get a non-conceptual project from B Jack for real. That's just what I do, you know what I'm saying, as far as being able to create a concept and then still make up to 15 or 25, if you're looking at Nightcrawler, songs that tie into that whole concept. And that's something a lot of rappers can't do, period. Even on the majors, even on in the major league, you know what I'm saying, but definitely not on my level. But what I'm doing here on this song right here, with me, when it comes to writing, I could start a song with the lyrics and then find a beat or make a beat to it, or I could make a beat or find a beat, then write the lyrics to it. And that's the case with this song. A lot of this project, HGK2, was well thought out before I did it, because I wanted it to have conceptual elements from the first Hustle Ghetto King, but expanding on it, and not just expanding on it, but basically continuing the storyline of the King, you know what I'm saying, to where he at now. And y'all gonna see with this song in particular, this song that y'all heard the beat for is called Attitude. I just started working on this. I'm about to get the hook going in a second. But what I wanted y'all to know is about the song Attitude is I heard the beat and then I started formulating the hook, and that became the concept of the song. So the concept of this song is pretty much, in a way, I'm going to expand off of what J. Cole said on his latest album, The Off Season, where he said, you know, why don't you rap about being a broke rapper? Because that's what most other artists can relate to, or it's more relatable to your life. With my music, if y'all listen to my albums, all I do is talk about what I'm actually going through currently. Ain't nothing over glamorized or none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? So with this song, it's gonna be the same thing, and it's gonna be in the lines of all the reasons the up and coming artists have to be to be mad, excuse me, and to have an attitude. So the song is gonna be called Attitude, but essentially I'm gonna break down all the reasons why, you know, I could have an attitude, or that I do have an attitude, you know, depending on the day and my mood. But I wanted y'all to know, you know, this album is a very all my projects is well thought out, you know, with the exception of Anger Management. Anger Management wasn't as thought out, but it was still thought out, and it was still a conceptual project. You know, Hustle Ghetto King, the first Hustle Ghetto King, was a conceptual project, and I was really going through some tough times at that point. And now I'm not going through as tough of times as I was, but, you know, still other things happen. We always go, at least me, I know philosophically speaking, every year I go through some type of struggle. It don't have to necessarily be financial. It could be physical or, you know, mental, spiritual. You know, this past year I went through a lot of spiritual and emotional shit. So a lot of that's going to be reflected in the album. But also what I wanted to do is lyrically expound on topics that other rappers ain't, you know, even mentioning, ain't even bringing up. So stay tuned, man. Your boy got work to do. Fuck. blood, sweat, and pain. So many years in this game, no acknowledgement. Fuck, man. All these songs, fuck I gotta do. I got an attitude, like what I have to do to be your favorite rapper, dude. Go through my catalog, I know I got some tracks for you. 10 years in this game, blood, sweat, and pain, and still no plaques, it's true. Then what I have to do, I got an attitude, like what I have to do to be your favorite rapper, dude. Go through my catalog, I know I got some tracks for you. 10 years in this game, blood, sweat, and pain, and still no plaques, it's true. Then what I have to do, I got an attitude. Fuck. Blood, sweat, and pain in this game. So many years in this game. So much music and shit. The fuck I gotta do? Fuck. I got an attitude, like what I have to do to be your favorite rapper, dude. Go through my catalog, I know I got some tracks for you. 10 years in this game, blood, sweat, and pain, and still I'm... Fuck. No cosign, just my name. Fuck the fame, all that. Pure rap, yeah. I got an attitude, like what I have to do to be your favorite rapper, dude. Go through my catalog, I got... Blood, sweat, and pain, years in this game. Fuck I gotta do? No cosign, it's just me and mine. It's my time, be Jack. I got an attitude, like what I have to do to be your favorite rapper, dude. Go through my catalog, I know I got some tracks for you. 10 years in this game, blood, sweat, and pain, and still no plaques, it's true. Then what I have to do, I got an attitude, like what I have to do to be your favorite rapper, dude. Go through my catalog, I know I got some tracks for you. 10 years in this game, blood, sweat, and pain, and still no plaques, it's true. Then what I have to do, I got an attitude. That's how. Ooh. Speak. Speak on the king. Attitude, have to do, rapper do, catalog, tracks for you, game, blood, sweat, and pain, plaques for the truth. Speak. Talk your shit, king. Attitude, have to do, rapper do, catalog, tracks for you, game, pain, plaques is true. Then what I have to do, attitude, be your favorite rapper do, catalog, tracks for you, game, pain, plaques is true. I have to do. I got an attitude. There we go. Yeah. All right. Now, back to the drawing board as far as writing. I write my verses. And I got the hook down. Put that in place and get to it. Oh. Be your favorite rapper, dude. Go through my catalog. All right. Years in this game. Writing the second verse. Writing the second verse with attitude. Same time I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna need to re-record this verse. So far I think the energy is there. First verse. I'm gonna have to ask ad-libs anyway, but like what I had to do to be your favorite rapper, dude. Go through my catalog, I know I got some tracks for you. 10 years in this game, blood, sweat, and pain, and still no plaques, it's true. Damn what I had to do, I got an attitude. Let me address my haters and my hiatus. They said hip-hop was lyrically brain dead. Well, I saved it.
I've been quietly and consistently making history. What a playlist has been listing me. My own artist been dissing me. Listen, G, somebody please help me solve this mystery. Let me solve this mystery.
Blood, sweat, and pain. Years in this game. Fuck I gotta do. No cosign. It's just me and mine. So it's my time. Be Jack. I got an attitude, like what I have to do to be your favorite rapper, dude. Go through my catalog, I know I got some tracks for you. 10 years in this game, blood, sweat, and pain, and still no plaques is true. Then what I have to do, I got an attitude, like what I have to do to be your favorite rapper, dude. Go through my catalog, I know I got some tracks for you. 10 years in this game, blood, sweat, and pain, and still no plaques is true. Then what I have to do, go through my...
Let me address my haters and my hiatus. They said hip-hop was lyrically brain dead. Well, I saved it. Quietly yet consistently been making history. What a playlist has been listing me. My own artist been dissing me. Listen, G, somebody please help me solve this mystery. Is this really my man's if you don't tell me who's dissing me? Is this really my man's if you tell me to diss but not who's dissing me? Is this really my man's? Really your man's? Is this really your man's? Tell me to this? Is this really my man's? Tell me to this, but not who's this? Only tell me to this. Only. Yeah, give me these bars right, baby. Bar God. B Jack, last lyricist.
To my catalog, I know I got some tracks for you. 10 years in this game, blood, sweat, and pain, and still no plaques is true. Damn what I have to do. I
Look,
got an attitude.
let me address my haters and my hiatus. They say hip-hop is lyrically brain dead. Well, look, I saved it. I quietly yet consistently been making history. What a playlist has been listing me. My own artist been dissing me. Listen, G, somebody please help me with this mystery. Is this really my man's if you only tell me to diss but I'm dissing me? Hold on, I might have to slow down a bit. Is this really my man's if you only tell me to diss but not to dissing me? Is this really my man? Is this really my man to be able to tell you? Not who's dissing me? Yeah. Ooh, I'm finna put this down. Yeah, put it down. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Sweat and pain, years in this game. Fuck I gotta do. No cosign, it's just me and my... Alright. Sassy.
I'm gonna start recording. I want to make sure I got the angle right.
It is.
Whole setup like I used to have, like I heard. Alright. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. If I could get these vocals. I got it, let it go. What you about to witness is greatness. My thoughts. Oh yeah. Good. I only got part of this, but I'm gonna do it just so I can see where I'm at time wise.
They be listening while they talking shit. Yeah.
Let me address my haters and my hiatus. They said hip-hop was lyrically brain dead. Well, I saved it. I quietly yet consistently been making history while the playlisters been listing me. My own artist been dissing me. Listen, G, somebody please help me solve this mystery. Is this really my man's if he only tells me to diss, but now who's dissing me? I don't think so. Watch out. Try one more time from the top.
What I have to do? I ain't one of these dumb niggas out here.
Speak Jack. Look. Let me address my haters and my hiatus. They said hip-hop was lyrically brain dead. Well, I saved it. I quietly yet consistently been making history while the playlisters been listing me. My own artist been dissing me. Listen, G, somebody please help me solve this mystery. Is this really my man's if he only tells me to diss, but now who's dissing me? I don't think so. You better blink slow, or I'ma come through around the block and make you ooh.
Alright, the last part like this. Yeah.
See what that's saying, right? Keep on working on that verse.
This is how I do it. Sometimes I can freestyle. Sometimes I freestyle this whole part. Sometimes I write it down first. This time I got a lot to say. A lot of real shit need to be said. A lot of people need to hear this shit. And I'm blessed, and I thank God every day for my abilities, my talents, to be able to record my music myself, produce it myself, distribute it myself, all of that myself. So when I reach out to other artists, you know I really fuck with them because I don't need nobody for nothing. I want to work with everybody though. Anybody that's willing to work with me and willing to be a team player. If you're a team player, stay over there, player. Hater. Squares out the circle. Alright, let's hear this.
I know I got some tracks for you. 10 years in this game, no shredded pain, and still no plaques, it's true. Damn, but I have to check. I got an attitude. Let me address my haters and my hiatus. They said hip hop was lyrically brain dead. Well, I saved it. I quietly yet consistently been making history. When the playlisters been listing me, my own artist been dissing me. Listen, G, somebody please help me solve this mystery. Is this really my man's that he only tells me to diss, but now dissing me? I don't think so. You better blink slow.
What up, world? I hope you stand with me on this episode and take this journey with me through Hustle Ghetto King 2 from the King with Love. We are on to King Mentality, as you hear it in the background. I'm going to pause this so you can hear me. King Mentality was one of the first was like one of the first songs that I knew for a fact I was going to do. I think it might have been the first song when I actually knew I was going to do or title it From the King with Love, you know, as the subtitle. But anyway, I'm saying that to say King Mentality was instantly already, I felt like it was a strong beat off rip, and I just wanted to rap on it, you know. And so that's why at the beginning you hear like a pre-chorus, but after that it's just all bars. And you know what I'm known for before, you know, for people who don't know me or don't know my backstory, you know, I grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I had to basically had to do word association freestyles in order to smoke weed with my homies, you know what I mean? Like straight up, you know, that's how it was, like real talk. And that helped me become a ill freestyler, a ill wordsmith. Nonetheless, let me go that made me become an ill wordsmith, having to think of shit that rhymes with whatever somebody says to you on the fly. Anyway, King Mentality, I pretty much just wanted raw bars about me being the king, and you know what King Mentality entails and what this project entails, which, you know, the first few bars on the verses that say From the King with Love, Hustle Ghetto King 2. This for the diehards, the ones who like to be up on it first and not the tryhards, like, you know. And then that's also a nod to one of my favorite comedies, Good Boys, because over there they was calling each other tryhards and shit. But that's the comedic side of B-Jack, you know what I'm saying, that you'll hear in the lyrics. When everybody else is thinking I'm just super serious all the fucking time, you know, catch some of these jokes and shit, and just some die-hard bars from the Ghetto King, you know what I'm saying, with love. And King Mentality is just one of them raw records, and I'm gonna tell you, you know, a couple people when they heard that record, and then Never Gonna Stop Part 2, when I dropped them as singles, was like, yo, you on to something. And it shows because the number of monthly listeners is up from like 60 or 70 when the last project, Anger Management, came out, and, you know, just recently, a couple weeks ago, and now we close to 200. We about to be at 200 monthly listeners when this project, Hustle Ghetto King, drops. So by the time y'all see this, I want to thank everybody that listens. For the K with Love, Hustle Ghetto King 2. Stay tuned, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to B-Jack TV, go follow me on Spotify, check out the website, the link will be in the description below, and it'll also be on all my sites, on my fan pages and shit. So stay in tune, man. Hey, Hustle Ghetto King 2, this for the diehards. And not just that, this is for all of West Michigan, from Grand Rapids to Muskegon, man. Roll with me, B-double-E, Pro Family and T.